how my laptop was stolen, and I'm gonna take this opportunity to make my own experiment, which probably would never be possible if my laptop wasn't stolen. Computadora, computadora. Computer as a feminine noun. Portátil, portátil. Laptop as a noun and portable as an adjective. Computadora portátil, computadora portátil. Laptop computer as a feminine noun. Yo quiero hablar contigo. Yo quiero conversar contigo. Yo quiero soñar en español. Yo quiero pensar en español. Es la meta. How my laptop got stolen. Robado. Robado. Stolen as an adjective. Robar. Robar. To steal. Transitive verb. Based on language, right? Without knowing any language, I don't know what kind of thought we're gonna have. That's interesting, actually. So I'm gonna follow this test for both of them. Exactly same file. And then I'll set it here. I am going to click both at the same time. Let's see what happens. Yeah, obviously there is a power difference. Prueba, prueba, prueba. Test as a feminine noun. Comparación, comparación. Comparison as a feminine noun. How we respond to the situation, I take this as an opportunity to experiment something. The performance I've never tested, so I'm gonna make this experiment. You know, taking advantage of 30 days guarantee from the manufacturer. I'm gonna know the answer I've been wondering forever, right? Because from now on, I know for sure what I should do. Because you know, laptop. So this one is almost done. It's done just now. 100%. Right now 9:40. This one is still at 55%. Yep, it's finished. Now this one is still at 56%. By the way, I love Dell laptop, Dell computer. I had so many laptops over 20 years, but I never had any other manufacturer's laptop. Dell computer always delivered, and you know, with my budget, they always provide the highest spec machine. And also where I work and where I study, they all use Dell computers. So I have no doubt about it. And quite frankly, their design is one of the top notch as well. Since my laptop was stolen, what I wanted to do with this experiment was to buy the lowest spec, most affordable machine first and try to see if that would work for what I do first. Of course, I did the research first, but I wanted to find out the sweet spot of the specs, enough specs, and the most reasonable, most affordable, most economical solution for the choice. It was during the Christmas holiday time, so there was a discount sale, big sales in their computer, which I always buy because I love the brand. No matter what brand you go with, for the performance itself, pretty much computers are composed and is determined by those four elements, which are CPU, RAM, and hard disk, and GPU. From the research that I did, what I usually use my personal computer, which is video editing. Most important thing is the power of the CPU and the size of the RAM memory. The better GPU would be great, but it's not as important as the other two. As a side story, I first ordered the wrong one, completely wrong one. I don't know why I did it, but I ordered the something completely unintentional, so I had to return that and order the first choice, which was Inspiron 15, which has one of the newest CPU, which appears to be fast enough, and RAM of 8 GB. My assumption was these are enough to do anything. If not, it's heavy professional 3D rendering or something. My main task is video editing. But as soon as I tackle on the first task, I experience severe slowness. So I ordered the other option, which is G315. While I was waiting, I kept working on other projects as well, and I didn't experience as bad as before the first one. So when the second option model finally arrived, I really decided to take this opportunity to have both side by side to run the test with real project. And I use one of the file export as an example, which is long one, and I really saw the significant difference, and this made my decision. So I chose G315, which came with a CPU of 6-core Intel processor and 16 gigs of RAM, and independent NVIDIA GPU, which cost way more than the other one, but I decided that is great investment.
First language or primary language, so to speak. You know, we never forget. We never even try to remember, right? It comes out naturally because we're using it every single day and almost every single moment, because our, thoughts or, thinking.
Pensamiento. Pensamiento. Thought as a masculine noun.
Happening every single moment, like without resting, right? Unless you are master of yoga, that you can be thoughtless for a moment. We are, thoughts come through, comes and go all the time, and the thoughts are created and executed based on one language, at least, or based on language, right? Without knowing any language, I don't know what kind of thought we're gonna have. That's interesting, actually. But basically, with that in mind, basically we can say that we're using that specific language every day, every moment, right? Without even we are sleeping, we're dreaming, we're using that language. That's why we don't even need to think. We never forget, because that language knowledge is accessible all the time. It's in that most accessible part of our brain. So if we want something new, then we can actually replicate that same situation. Basically, with that, we can actually, like for example, I'm learning dancing, salsa dancing, right? But I don't know why, but it's so easy to forget, right? If I don't practice one day, then the next day I forget, like something that I learned the day before yesterday, right? But it happened in my second language, English. Now, today, I speak and I dream in English most of the time because I live in that world, right? And also, my primary language, my native tongue, Japanese, of course, I can, as much as fluent as, English is. But basically, we can replicate the situation. That's all we need. If we want to learn new language or anything or new things, then we just be creative to make that replication. Basically, if we somehow interact with that thing every single day, maybe not every single moment, but then it will come soon, because our thought will switch to that language or whatever it is, and it's going to be every single moment. And then when that happened, anything can be our primary language. And I'm not talking about just the language. Languages of anything, meaning if we want to learn anything, we just need to be creative ourselves to create that replication, right? Like, you know, be creative to be able to interact with that thing more often, more frequently, and every day, right? That's all we need to do.